capitalize on the opportunities you have, just like any game. You always want to make sure that when there's a play to be made, you make that play and you don't have any, slight mishaps or anything like that. So you kind of go about it the same way and make sure that you prepare the same way and not treat it any different.
Kind of like when you got the turnover, like last year right to start the game and couldn't get any points out of it.
Yeah. Like something like that, or just, the catch on the sideline that was maybe just an inch here or there, getting that big play, and just, maybe protection where we had a guy open and maybe I got sacked or something like that. Just you don't ever know which play can change the game, so making sure you attack practice with the intensity of making every play matter, so that way when the game comes you can have that same mental focus throughout.
Has Matt Flynn giving you any advice how to approach a game like this?
No, I think he's a little bit busy with his new baby about to be born. I've already thrown my hat in the ring for his name, or her name, so we'll see what happens.
Danny for a girl?
No, I think there's a lot cooler name out there. We're not gonna. I suggested a way cooler name. We'll see if he goes with
it. Is it difficult to prepare for a team that substitutes and brings as many guys at you as they do up front?
Yes, and I mean you always are kind of just seeing the defense that's called, and personnel decisions are always going to come into play, because when you see someone bringing up certain personnel, they have certain calls that they can make, but sometimes the game is just moving so fast that you just kind of see the defense and you play what you see and you go from there. So that's just something that I can try and focus on for myself and not trying to see ghosts and just go from there.
Coach O has said multiple times waiting for you to have that big game from Danny Etling, kind of a breakout performance. Are you on the big stage? Is that something that you think about, wanting to have that big game and that breakout performance?
Not really. I just kind of want to do my job to help this team win, and whatever that may be, whether it's throwing for a bunch of yards or making the right decisions and getting us in the right play and making sure we run the ball effectively, or I don't really focus too much on what stage or what I'm doing, as long as I'm doing the right thing for the team and doing my job on every single play, and everything else just kind of takes care of itself.
But wouldn't it mean a little bit more to have a big night against Bama?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it'd be great to have a big night against any team. Really, it is just focusing on treating this game just like it's any other game, and trying to have the same preparation and not get too high, not get too low, and stay even keel, and just continuing to try and make the right decisions.
How big is it, I guess, not to get caught up in the Bama name, the intimidation factor maybe when it comes to playing a team like that?
I think it's a big deal. I think sometimes people can look at them and get intimidated or make it seem bigger than it really is, and at the end of the day you just got to go out there and you have to play football, and you can't really try and get too gassed up or anything like that and trying to make something happen that's not there, or trying to play outside of what we're capable of doing or something like that. So we just got to make sure we go out there and play our game and continue to keep improving as an offense as we have been.
What's the significance of the amount of youth playing regular roles on this team going into a game like this? How far do you think they've come? What are you guys kind of saying to them to prepare them? It's their first Alabama game.
I think we're at the point of the season where we don't really see as we have as much youth anymore. We have guys who have played a lot of games and have played significant roles now for quite a while, and it's not like we're looking at a new offense anymore. It's what we've been trying to say. So we're going to go out there and try and execute a game plan that we've been putting together and go from there. But as far as that goes, we're just going to make sure everyone's ready to play, and we have faith that whoever's on the field, those 11 guys will do their job and do it to the best of their abilities.
Does the offense, all the shifts and motions, help you match up better with them?
I guess we'll find out. I mean, we're just going to do our offense and do what we've been doing and go from there.
Were you at the 15 game? Were you over there?
I was not.
You didn't travel?
You
didn't travel that time. What were you doing? Do you remember?
I was watching the game at home. Not at home, but like in my apartment here.
Oh, like after the game, the last game, or after any game, how good is it? I mean, you seem to be hurting soreness. Coach George was talking about the soreness. How good is it to get a week off, and do you feel, how much healthier do you feel like today as opposed to like last Monday or Sunday?
I feel a lot healthier today just because I didn't play a game, I guess, on Saturday. But I mean, your general soreness is what it is, and you have some nicks and bruises and some things that kind of cause a little hitch in your giddy up. But it kind of is nice to have a week off and not have those getting hit again, and try and just get a little bit stronger so you can get ready for the next week.
Is it safe to say you can't line up and just play smash mouth with Alabama? I mean, we saw with Leonard last year, he had a hard time getting yards.
Yeah, I think I'm not trying to give away anything what we're going to be doing or anything like that, but it's certainly not just a team you want to play in a phone booth, I guess, at times. I think there are certain times when you want to do that and when it can advantage you, but you always want to do where you have the best advantage as far as numbers and best advantage as far as personnel. So that's always what you want to do, and that's what we do every single week. So that's something we'll continue to try and do and take advantage of.
Being from Indiana, are you familiar with the 2011 9-6 game with Alabama? Did you see that at all?
Yeah, I was on my way back from a visit at Wisconsin. We were driving back, and I remember I stopped and we went to, because I was listening to the radio and it was getting close at the end, so we stopped somewhere to eat. I don't remember where, and we just watched it on TV at the end of the game. So it was pretty cool.
How old would you have been then?
I would have been, I think, a junior in high school or a sophomore in high school, and so that was, 2011. So I'd have been probably sophomore, going to be junior.
Did you say where's the offense?
No, I didn't. It was just a great atmosphere, and you could tell it was just two teams trying to compete. And when you have a game like that, with two defenses like that, sometimes the offense is just trying not to lose a game, so you get a little more conservative. Play calls get conservative, and both sides kind of decide that who's going to win the game by making the most plays or not making the mistakes. So that's just kind of how that game played out.
When it's been so long since y'all have won, I mean, does that losing streak to Alabama kind of feel like it's looming over the program right now?
Not too much. I mean, I don't really feel too much more pressure any other week we play. I mean, obviously we're playing a great team, and I respect them as much as you can respect a team, and you realize how much of a challenge it is to play a team like this, but you can't try and get too much into the storyline or do too much of something extra that you don't normally do, because then you start playing outside your comfort zone, and then you stop making decisions based on anything else but making the best decision for the team and having reasons for your decisions. So that's kind of the reason why I've been trying to treat it the same way.
With Darius and Arden kind of up and running now, is it almost a different team now than the team that went to Starkville and lost to Troy?
We're definitely a different team than then, for multiple reasons. I think those are two big reasons why. I think Darius is feeling healthier, and I think Arden's continuing to get back on his stride and making a big difference on both sides of the ball, as far as Darius on offense and Arden on defense.
Everyone we've talked to is very loose and optimistic, and just you can feel a positive vibe. I guess, is that the entire room you think is that way?
Yeah, I don't think that. I think that coach has us in a good mindset to go in there and just execute a game plan and just play football like we've been doing. I think that guys on our team have been playing for each other and kind of have a reason on why we're playing hard and why we're playing together. And I think if you go and play together and you play as a team, then that's kind of a recipe for what you want to do in any single college football game you play in to have the best chance of success.
Is it looser than last year or maybe the year before where you redshirted? A little more loose reactive, because this game seems less hype than past Alabama games. Maybe because y'all lost to Troy or lost to State, and there's not a lot of expectations outside the program that y'all are going there and win. But y'all got to play pretty loose. I mean, it seems that way.
Yeah, I think we definitely go out there and play loose, and we want to have fun doing it and have fun playing in a great atmosphere and a great college football game and matchup. So I know personally for myself, I just realized it's my senior year, and I just want to go have fun playing football, and this is a great stage and a great time to be playing. So I'm just going to go out there and have some fun and just go from there.
Have you watched more film for this game than normal?
Yeah, just because we had a bye week though, so I was able to watch a lot last week, just kind of going through my normal routine, and then I also had some extra time to prepare. So maybe you can watch just a little bit more blitz, or you can watch a little bit more of just something here or there. So I'll watch a little bit more just because of the bye week, but not really because I feel like I have to watch more, because I feel like I prepare pretty thoroughly for every single game. So you can't do too much, because then you want to start, you start maybe freezing up and thinking you see something that you don't.
And over the past couple of years, Bama's shut down y'all's run game, especially last year. I think it was 33 total yards on the ground. How important is it to get Darius involved in the game, especially early?
I think it's important to establish the run in our offense, just because that's kind of what we want to do and how we play. And we have a lot of our playmakers are guys who carry the ball for us. So that's another aspect of our offense that we're trying to establish and we'll want to establish this game. But we realize how great of a run defense they are and all those things, and teams have had trouble running the ball on them. So we'll have to make sure that we execute on our game plan. We have to execute and do our assignment and get, make sure that we're always blocking somebody and don't just leave anyone, free.
Does the jet sweep give you an advantage with that? Maybe something they haven't seen as much?
Yeah, maybe. I think watching the film, some teams have done some jets on them, and they've done a good job of stopping those as well. So we'll see what they try to do to stop what we're trying to do offensively and adjust from there.
When you play Mississippi State, they didn't really move to y'all's. When y'all shifted and motion, they didn't really move. And I don't know how much y'all adjusted that game, but several games down the line, are y'all adjusting more to what opponents are doing? Is it easier now to adjust because the offense is running smoother, everybody has more experience in it?
Yeah, that's also, if a team doesn't adjust, that doesn't mean that they're right. Sometimes that can get them misaligned as well. So the fact that they don't move doesn't mean, we've actually moved people as well. So if they don't move, then they're probably misaligned. So that's one aspect of the offense that some people might see and think, they didn't move, so why are we moving? Well, that means that they're not lined up right. And sometimes, as a defense, that can be a good thing because you might shoot a gap and get it, and sometimes you'll hit a big play. So that can be misleading at times. But it's also been easier for me to see some things because, with a lot of moving parts, sometimes you can kind of lose track of somebody or might have their eyes in the wrong spot. So I feel like I've been able to put my eyes where I've wanted to put them the past few weeks and have become more comfortable with the offense. Like I said, we don't feel like it's a new offense anymore. It's our offense, and it's what we're trying to run.
Can you give us a sense of, what it's like to be on the field with Darius, like at Texas A&M or the last game, and maybe how, when he's playing like that, it can affect or change the whole tenor of a game? Is he that kind of player?
Yeah, I think, I remember those games pretty specifically just because I feel like I've had some pretty good nights when he does that, just because I feel like he really opens up the passing game for myself, and he just draws so much attention that it opens up other people in our offense. So he's just a crucial player for our team, and he's just been continuing to get better and better and feel healthier and healthier. So that's been great for us to have.
Is it invigorating too? Does he get the juices flowing watching him run like that?
Yeah, it's great. You just want to keep getting him the ball and keep finding ways to let him attack defenses when he's playing like that.
Danny, Stephon, Drake, even D. Anderson at the end of last year, we've seen that they can be athletic and contribute in the passing game. I mean, what's it going to take to get these guys, involved in a big SEC game?
They just got to trust their technique, trust what they've been coached to do. They have all the talent in the world. It's just making sure that they trust what the coaches have been coaching them to do the past couple weeks as far as technique and getting off press or running your routes the proper way and making sure that we're all on the same page. So that's something that's a tough thing to do as a receiver, and it's easy to talk about, but when somebody's hitting you or things are going fast motion, you trust your technique and continue to keep improving on that instead of just trying to win. So that's something that we'll be looking for them to do this week, and we expect them to do.
Danny, we're obviously